class. We have studied some of the objective questions from the chapter haloalkanes and haloarenes. Now let us continue the other important questions of the same chapter. Okay. Now in the last session we have studied about the question number 11th we have studied. But in that the question that is one sentence was missing in that. So again I have given that question. See, X giving rise to yellow or white precipitate by treating with the silver nitrate in the presence of a nitric acid. Explanation is already over, students, but this sentence was missing in that. That is which of the following cannot be X. Okay. Now for that, to complete the question, I have given that 11th question again. Explanation is already over. Let us move to the next question. Question number 12. See, the question number 12 is, if methyl iodide and ethyl iodide are mixed in equal proportions and the mixture is treated with metallic sodium in dry ether, the number of possible alkanes formed are. See, methyl iodide and ethyl iodide they are given. We know that both of these compounds, that is a methyl iodide or ethyl iodide, both of these compounds are the alkyl halides. We have studied alkyl halides have the highest tendency to undergo the reaction with the metals like sodium or a magnesium. Here they have given the metallic sodium. Reaction with the metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether is always called as a Wurtz reaction. See, the reaction they have given here is a Wurtz reaction. Methyl iodide and ethyl iodide, the mixture containing 50% of the methyl iodide and ethyl iodide are reacted with water. Metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether means the product formed in the Wurtz reaction is always alkane. That is also we have studied higher alkane is formed in the case of water Wurtz reaction. Now how many products are formed here? See, the mixture has to contain here 50% of the methyl iodide and 50% of the ethyl iodide. That means once that reaction mixture is subjected to the process, that is the reaction with the metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether, dear students, we know that any of the alkyl halide, if you consider, they have the highest tendency to undergo the reaction with water, metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether. Since the reaction mixture contains both the alkyl halides, the methyl iodide and ethyl iodide, the possibility of formation of the products are, listen here, the methyl iodide 50% means some quantity of a methyl iodide are present in that reaction mixture. Some quantity means various number of molecules of water methyl iodide are present here. Hence, methyl iodide molecule can undergo the Wurtz reaction with the methyl iodide itself along with the metallic sodium. See, identical molecules can also undergo what? Wurtz reaction. If methyl iodide molecule reacts with the metallic sodium along with the another methyl, two molecules of methyl iodide itself undergoes a reaction with the metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether, then product formed is ethane. Ethane is a product formed. Another possibility here is 50% of the ethyl iodide is also present here. That means various number of ethyl iodide molecules are also present means this ethyl iodide molecule can undergo the Wurtz reaction with the metallic sodium along with the another identical molecule. We know that Wurtz reaction means always two molecules of alkyl halides undergoes a reaction to give a single product at a time. Identical molecule can also undergo the reaction here, Wurtz reaction. If ethyl iodide undergoes the reaction, then the product formed here is butane. That is, a butane is the product formed. This is another possibility in the reaction mixture. But we know that the reaction mixture contains a 50% of methyl iodide and 50% of the ethyl iodide means both are alkyl halides only. Hence, the methyl iodide can undergo the reaction with the metallic sodium along with another alkyl halide, that is the ethyl iodide. These two can also at a time undergo the reaction with the metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether to give what? A corresponding product. If a non-identical alkyl halide present in the reaction mixture undergoes a Wurtz reaction, this possibility is also that this reaction can also happen in the reaction mixture, resulting in the formation of, say, ethyl group and methyl here. Hence, the product formed is what? Propane. Hence, possibility to form the product are here three products, three different products. That is methyl can combine to give identical molecule if undergoes a reaction. One of the product formed is ethane. Another, if it is a ethyl added, identical molecule undergoes the Woods reaction, means another product formed here is the butane. If non-identical molecule undergoes the Woods reaction at a time along with the metallic sodium in the presence of a dry ether, means product formed is what? Propane. Hence, students, during the reaction, in that reaction mixture, how many products are formed? Three different products. There are possibility of formation of how many products? Three different products. Clear for you? That is the answer for what? Question number 12. Now let us check another question, question number 13. Just read the question, students. The product obtained on treatment of ethyl chloride with the potassium cyanide, the product formed by reacting the ethyl chloride with the potassium cyanide, again it has to be reduced by water, sodium and alcohol. Alcohol usually used is a dilute solution of water, ethyl alcohol, which is the final product formed here. Question you have followed now. That is the product obtained on treatment of ethyl chloride with the potassium cyanide. Listen here, students. Reaction of ethyl chloride with the potassium cyanide means the condition should be always alcoholic condition. You should know this. Condition is a alcoholic condition. And you have studied potassium cyanide is always an ionic compound. Readily undergoes the ionization under the condition, that is in the presence of a dilute solution of alcohol. It undergoes the ionization resulting in the formation of K plus and Cn minus. Now Cn minus here is a nucleophile, readily attacks the electron deficient carbon. See, this is the electron deficient carbon. Nucleophilic substitution reaction, this is you know the product formed during this reaction. The nucleophile cyanide ion Cn minus attacks the electron deficient carbon because the C-Cl bond here is a highly polar bond. Cl exists in the form of a electron rich, partially negative, and carbon exists in the form of what? A partially positive state. Hence, Cn minus attacks the C plus, resulting in the formation of the product. Understood? The nucleophilic substituted product formed here is ethyl cyanide. See, this is the product formed, that is ethyl cyanide. That product formed by the reaction of these two reactants has to be reacted with what? Sodium in the presence of alcohol. Now, once this ethyl cyanide has to be reacted with the metallic sodium in the presence of a ethyl alcohol, that is a very dilute solution of a ethyl alcohol, what happens here? Reduction takes place. Now, what is meant by reduction? Reduction is nothing but addition of hydrogen. How the addition of hydrogen takes place? Listen here, students. If you consider this formula, CH3, see, CH3, CH2, Cn. If I write the expanded form of this group Cn, you have to write here C triple bond N. That is the actual formula of what? Cyano compounds. CH3, CH2, C triple bond N. And you know that the elements or the atoms present between, that is present on either side of the triple bond are carbon and nitrogen, isn't it? Triple bond is present between the carbon and nitrogen, and we know that among these two atoms, carbon and nitrogen, nitrogen is more electronegative compared to what? Carbon. Now, once it is reacted with this reagent at a particular temperature, reaction should be somewhat high at that particular temperature. What happens? Triple bond means we know that two of the bonds are pi bond and another bond is what? Sigma bond. Now, during the reaction, under the reaction condition, one of the pi bond electrons, that is the pi electrons, get shifted to more electronegative nitrogen. Once the electron gets shifted to the nitrogen, N becomes minus and C becomes plus. Followed now? This group exists in the form of a C triple bond N. Now, under this reaction condition, the pi bond, that is the two pi bonds are there, pi bonded electrons are, pi electrons get shifted to what? More electronegative nitrogen. Once the shift takes place to the nitrogen, like electromeric effect takes place here, shift takes place to the nitrogen, N becomes minus and C becomes what? Plus. At the same time, this reagent that acts as a reducing agent here, reduction takes place. This is the reducing agent used, metal along with what? Dilute solution of ethyl alcohol. Now, due to the presence of this reducing agent, large number of nascent hydrogens are released into the reaction mixture. Nascent hydrogens are nothing but atomic hydrogen. H we have to write within a square bracket. Okay, hydrogen atom we have to write within a square bracket. Atomic hydrogens, nothing but nascent hydrogens, are released into the reaction mixture. Once the polarity is created here, N minus and C plus, hydrogen atom that undergoes the oxidation, that is here one of the hydrogen atom releases or donates the electron and it gets converted into H plus, and another hydrogen atom gains that electron and gets converted into what? H minus. That is the oxidation reduction takes place, and thereby hydrogen atom exists in the form of H plus and H minus. Hence, N minus will be attacked by the H plus and C plus will be attacked by the H minus, resulting in the formation of CH double bond NH. One more pi bond is there. Simultaneously, it also undergoes shift. That means a shift takes place. That means here the N minus and C plus, another pi bond gets shifted here to the nitrogen. N minus and C plus means again H plus gets added to the nitrogen and H minus gets added to the C plus of the carbon. Hence what happens here? It becomes CH2 and NH2. See, I have given here final product. CH3, CH2 do not undergo any reaction. Only this group undergoes the reduction here. In the presence of this reducing agent, large number of nascent hydrogens are released and attack takes place this carbon and nitrogen in the form of H plus and N minus. Since N is more electronegative, bonded pair, that is a pi electron gets shifted to what? Nitrogen. Hence it exists in the form of what? N minus. Therefore, addition of hydrogen takes place simultaneously here to the carbon and nitrogen, resulting in the formation of CH2 and NH2. See here, students, CN group gets converted into what? CH2 and NH2. Clear for you? Two of the pi bonded electrons get shifted to what? Nitrogen. And you can see here the sigma bond. One of the bond here in between the CN is a sigma bond. Two are pi bonds. Another one is a sigma bond. Sigma bond remains as such. Clear for you? Don't get confused here. That means this sigma bond do not undergo the cleavage and reduction process do not continue further. This is because this bond, sigma bond, is more stronger bond compared to the pi bond. Cleavage of this sigma bond takes place at a very higher temperature. If you maintain very high temperature, then only this bond undergoes a cleavage. Okay, reaction is carried out in such a condition that only pi bond or the pi electron gets shifted to the nitrogen. This sigma bond between, sigma bond between the carbon and nitrogen do not undergo the cleavage under the reaction condition. In order to break this, a large amount of energy in the form of a heat has to be supplied. Therefore, this remains as such. Further reduction do not continues here, resulting in the formation of a final product CH3, CH2 and CN group gets converted into CH2 and NH2. That means, which is the final product formed, dear students? The final product formed is, see here, 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there, means the root word is prop. Carbon to carbon single bond, propane. Secondary suffix here is amine, propanamine. Or IUPAC name is a propanamine, or the common name of this compound is a propylamine. The product formed is what? Propylamine, or we can write it in the form of a N-propylamine. Straight chain structure. See, it has got a straight chain structure. Hence, we can write the name also as a N-propylamine. Clear for you, students? Option E is the correct option here. The final product formed is what? N-propylamine. Just you have to remember, with the KCN, it undergoes a nucleophilic substitution, and sodium in the presence of alcohol is always a reducing agent. It reduces the cyano group into what? Amino group. Cyano group gets converted into what? Amino group. Therefore, the product formed is what? Propylamine. I hope you have followed this. Now, let us check the next question. Question number 14. Just read the question here. Question number 14. Which of the following is a primary alkyl halide? Which of the following is a primary halide or a primary alkyl halide? Clear? See, the given options here are isopropyl iodide. Okay. Isopropyl iodide means, iso means a branch structure and the locant carbon has to contain identical groups. See, this is the formula of isopropyl iodide. Branched structure, locant carbon, this containing the iodine as a another element here. On either side of the locant carbon, it contains what? Identical groups, CH3 and CH3. If this type of structures are present, then only it is called what? Iso. Otherwise, we have to name it as a secondary. Because now, if you consider the options here, isopropyl iodide, 2-butyl iodide, tertiary butyl iodide, and neohexyl iodide. If you consider all these options, now secondary, that is 2-butyl means secondary. Now tertiary. Now what are these primary, secondary and tertiary? You know that depending on the nature of the carbon atoms, always the carbon atoms are classified into how many types? 3 different types. Which are those 3 different types of a carbon atoms? One of the type of a carbon is a primary carbon, another type of a carbon is a secondary carbon, and one more type of a carbon is a tertiary carbon. What is a primary carbon? Carbon containing the 3 hydrogens or 2 hydrogens are called what? Primary carbon. Or a carbon which contains only one alkyl group is always called what? Primary carbon. What is a secondary carbon? Carbon containing only one hydrogen. Carbon containing only one hydrogen is always called what? Secondary carbon. Or a carbon containing 2 alkyl groups. See, carbon containing 2 alkyl group, it is also called what? A secondary carbon. Here also, carbon containing 2 alkyl groups. One is a methyl here, another one is a ethyl. It is always called what? A secondary carbon. Then tertiary. What is meant by tertiary? Carbon without any hydrogen. See, carbon without any hydrogen. That means a carbon atom which is bonded to the different, that is the 4 different alkyl groups are called what? Always a tertiary carbon. Clear for you? 4 different or 3 different. Not 4, 3 different 3 alkyl groups, not only different, identical alkyl group also it may contain. Clear, no students? Not 4, 3 alkyl groups without any hydrogen. Carbon without any hydrogen is always called what? Tertiary carbon. Now we have to check which one is the primary here. That means you can see here, this is a isopropyl iodide. Iodine is attached to the secondary. See, only one hydrogen is there, secondary. That means it is not a primary halide. Then 2-butyl iodide. Iodine is attached to the secondary carbon containing only one hydrogen or 2 alkyl groups or only one hydrogen. It is a secondary carbon. Therefore, it is also not primary. Tertiary, name itself shows here, it is not a primary, tertiary. Just see here, tertiary means a carbon containing what? 3 alkyl groups or a carbon without any what? Hydrogen. 3 alkyl groups or not 4, 3 alkyl groups or a carbon without any hydrogen. See, this is a tertiary. Okay, tertiary butyl bromide formula I have written. And it is not a primary. Now, neohexyl. Listen here, students. What is this neo represents? Neo is nothing but a circular shape. We know that a carbon has got a 4 valencies. Isn't it? Valency of a carbon is always 4. If a single carbon atom is bonded to the 4 carbon atoms only, not other atoms, other elements. If a single carbon is bonded to 4 carbon atoms only, see, we will get what? A circular shape like this, circular. Single carbon atom, central carbon atom here, bonded to carbon, bonded to carbon, bonded to carbon, and bonded to carbon of any of the other groups, any of the alkyl groups. Then this becomes a circular, isn't it? That means a shape is a circular shape. If a single carbon has got a 4 carbons only attached to that carbon atom, then it is called as a neoform. Neohexyl means it has to contain how many carbons? 6 carbons. That means here you can see here totally, if I consider only the circular shape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. That becomes, if I consider only this much along with here CH3, that is a neopentane. See here, students, if I consider only this much, only about this structure. See here, if I consider only this much along with the CH3 group, this becomes what? A neopentane. Here it is not a pentane. Here it is a hexane they have given. Hexyl means 6. That means from any one of the carbon atom, one of the hydrogen atom is replaced by what? A CH3 group. From that CH3 group, one of the hydrogen atom is replaced by what? A halogen. And you can see here, at one of the position, it has got a circular shape. Hence, it is called as a neoform. And it contains totally 6 carbons. Hence, it is a neohexane. Actually, if it is a CH3 group, means a neohexane. But instead of CH3, here it contains what? A CH2 and Cl. If I consider only this much, this complete group is called what? A neohexyl group. Clear for you, students? This complete group is called as a neohexyl group. Along with the chlorine means it is called as a neohexyl chloride. And you can see here, halogen is attached to water, a carbon containing two hydrogen. A carbon containing two hydrogen is always called what? Primary carbon. Hence, neohexyl chloride is what? Primary halide. It is a primary alkyl halide since the chlorine is attached to what? Primary carbon. See, neo form means neoheptane also we can write, neooctane also you can write, but at one of the position it has to contain what? Circular shape. Remaining chain we have to continue. Okay, hepta means 7 carbons. Octa means 8 carbon. Like that we have to continue. But at any one of the position it has to contain what? Circular shape where the single carbon atom is what? Bonded to 4 different carbons only. That means primary halide in this question is option D, neohexyl chloride. Answer is neohexyl chloride. Followed? No? I hope you have followed this. Let us check the next question. Dear students, let us check the next question here. The next question here is 15th question. Which of the following is not chiral? Have you heard this term, chiral? Now, what is meant by chiral? Listen here. Chiral is a carbon which is bonded to 4 different atoms or groups. A chiral carbon means it is a carbon atom which is bonded to 4 different atoms or groups. Now, which of the following is not chiral? They are asked. Okay, that means that carbon, any one of the carbon in that compound should not bond it to 4 different atoms or groups. If there are identical atoms or groups, then such a carbon is always called what? Achiral carbon. Not chiral means achiral. We have to check which one is achiral here. See, options they have given here, students. 2-hydroxypropanoic acid. 2-hydroxypropanoic acid. 3 carbons. See, 1, 2, 3. Propanoic acid. One of the carbon should be of what? Functional COH group. 2-hydroxy. Second carbon has to contain a OH group. I have written the formula. Just see here. If you construct this central carbon atom, one of the bond is with the CH3. Another bond is with the OH. One more bond is with the COH. Next bond is with the H. See, if you write this separately here, H. All the 4 bonds are to what? Different atoms or groups. What is this carbon called? Chiral carbon. This carbon is called what? Chiral. First carbon is not chiral because 3 hydrogens are attached to that. It is a achiral carbon. Complete compound we have to check here. Understood? Complete compound means here you can see the chiral carbon. This compound becomes what? Completely optically active compound. If a compound contains a chiral carbon, it is always called what? Optically active. Asymmetric compound, this is asymmetric. Clear for you? Optically active means chiral carbon is also called as a stereocenter because of the presence of this chiral carbon. It can show the stereoisomerism like optical isomerism. Therefore, the chiral carbon is also called what? Stereocenter. And you can see here, this is the chiral carbon. Compound is optically active and it is not achiral. Option A is not correct. Second option they have given 2-butanol. What is this 2-butanol? See, but 4 carbons I have written. 2 means second carbon has to contain OH from any side. I have written from this side, okay? From the left side. Now 2-butanol means if you consider this carbon here, one bond is with the CH3, another bond is with the OH, one more bond is with the ethyl group CH2, CH3. Complete group you have to consider CH2, CH3 and another bond is with the hydrogen. What is this carbon? Carbon is completely chiral or a stereocenter. Therefore, the compound here is optically active. It is not achiral since it contains what? Chiral carbon. It is a chiral compound. Option second is also not correct because we need here what? Achiral compound. Now, option C. What they have given in the option C? 2,3 dibromopentane. 2,3 dibromopentane means pent, 5 carbons. See, I have written here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2,3 second and third carbon contains what? Bromine atoms. Now just check this carbon here, students. One bond is with the CH3, another bond is with the Br, one more bond is with the hydrogen, next bond is with complete this group. All the 4 groups or atoms are what? Different. This is chiral. If I consider next carbon, see here, one of the bond is with the CH3CH group, CH3CH and Br group. Another bond is with the hydrogen. See, one of the bond complete group you have to consider this complete group. Okay, CH3CH Br group, one of the bond. Next bond is with the hydrogen. Next bond is with the Br. Another bond is with the CH3CH2. That means this is also what chiral carbon or a stereocenter. How many chiral carbons are there here? 2 chiral carbons. The compound is completely optically active. It is not what a chiral. Understood? It is always a chiral and it is not a chiral. Therefore, the option C is also not correct. We have to find out the achiral compound. Okay, not chiral. The last option then is 3-bromopentane. See, 3-bromopentane. I have written the formula 3-bromopentane. See, this carbon, if you consider, one of the bond is with the Br, another bond is with the hydrogen. If I separate it, bond is with the hydrogen. Next bond is with the ethyl group. Another bond is also with what? Ethyl group. How many ethyl groups are there here? 2 ethyl groups are there. One of the ethyl, another ethyl. Another bond is with the hydrogen. Next bond is with the Br. That means a carbon containing only 4 different atoms or groups only are called what? Chiral carbon. Here, 2 identical groups are attached to this carbon atom. 2 identical groups are there. That means this is not a stereocenter. This is not a chiral carbon. This is a achiral carbon. Compound doesn't shows what a stereoisomerism. That is nothing but a optical activity. Understood? Main condition to show the optical isomerism is a compound has to contain what? A stereocenter, nothing but a chiral carbon. Just listen here, students. These 3 options are optically active. They can show the optical isomerism because of the presence of stereoisomerism. This compound is optically inactive because this carbon is not a stereocenter. It is a achiral carbon. Our answer is a achiral molecule. Which of the following is not chiral? That means which is achiral? Which one is achiral? Option 4 is that means the option D. 3-bromopentane is what? Not chiral. It is a achiral compound. Clear the students? Okay. Let us check the question number 16. Just see here, the question number 16 they have given is, which of these compound is synthesized by the chloral? Now, which of the compound is synthesized by what? Chloral. Now, what is meant by chloral? Listen here, student. Chloral is an aldehyde compound similar to the acetaldehyde only. Do you know the formula of acetaldehyde? Acetaldehyde is nothing but a ethanol. Acetaldehyde is also called what? Ethanol with the formula CH3, CH3, CHO. Acetaldehyde formula is CH3CHO, ethanol. Now, in that acetaldehyde only, the CH3 means it is a acetaldehyde. If all the hydrogens of the alpha carbon, this is the alpha carbon here, okay? You can study that in the aldehyde and ketone chapter. If all the hydrogens, CH3 means it is acetaldehyde, isn't it? Now, actual formula CH3CHO means CH double bond O. This is a carbonyl carbon. Immediate next carbon atom is called as a alpha. Acetaldehyde means it has to contain a CH3. This carbon is a alpha carbon. If all the 3 hydrogen atom of the alpha carbon atoms are alpha carbon atom is replaced by the chlorine atoms, all the 3 hydrogens are replaced by the chlorine atoms, then it is always called trichloroacetaldehyde. This compound is called what? Trichloroacetaldehyde. Commercial name of the trichloroacetaldehyde is chloral. Commercial name of the trichloroacetaldehyde is chloral. It is a oily liquid. This is a liquid compound and this is not acetaldehyde. This is a trichloroacetaldehyde. This trichloroacetaldehyde is a very important product, very important compound, and this compound is commercially called what? Chloral. What is the chemical name? Trichloroacetaldehyde. Which of these compound is synthesized by the chloral? Option they have given is a DDT, BHC, benzene hexachloride, chloroform, CHCl3 and ketone, any one of the ketone. And if you consider here first option, that is the DDT. Now, how to prepare the DDT? Listen here, student. DDT is one of the compound is usually prepared from what? Chloral. That is a trichloroacetaldehyde. Trichloroacetaldehyde, if it is reacted with the chlorobenzene. Trichloroacetaldehyde, if it is reacted with what? Chlorobenzene, Now chlorobenzene means we know that it is the haloarine, aryl halide. Chlorobenzene is what? Aryl halide. Now trichloroacetaldehyde reacted with the chlorobenzene means reaction is carried out in the presence of a concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid is a strong dehydrating agent. Concentrated sulfuric acid is what? Very, very strong dehydrating agent. Now, what is the role of the dehydrating agent? Followed now students, concentrated sulfuric acid is the strongest dehydrating agent. In the presence of a dehydrating agent, water molecule will be eliminated. Now, from where the water molecule is eliminated here? See chlorobenzene C6H5Cl and again C6H5Cl. Now, this is the position of the chlorine. This is the ortho carbon. This is the meta carbon. This is the para. Here also, ortho, meta and para. During the reaction, the chlorine, that is the chlorobenzene, how many molecules are used? You see here, 2 molecules. From the chlorobenzene, from the para carbon atom, hydrogen atoms in the form of H plus and H plus during the mechanism. Okay, hydrogen atoms, 2 of the hydrogen atoms of the 2 chlorobenzene, not chlorine, 2 chlorobenzene combines with this oxygen. See, H2O is eliminated here. Clear now students? Now CHO means expanded form. If I write CHO, no, expanded form means C bond with the H, double bond O, isn't it? Here H and H combines with the oxygen to produce water, water molecule. Water is eliminated in the presence of a strongest dehydrating agent. Now what remains here? See, CCl3, C bond with the H, CH, O is eliminated in the form of water. Here this carbon, C bond with the H and double bond O. Once oxygen is eliminated, this carbon, 2 double bond is there. In between the carbon and oxygen, double bonds are there. Among those double bonds, in order to form the stable product, one bond, that is one of the bonding takes place with this para carbon after the elimination of water molecule. Followed now, H2O is eliminated. Another bond of the C double bond O. Once the oxygen is eliminated, another bonding takes place with the para carbon atom of another chlorobenzene. Clear for you students? See, CHO means expanded form C bond with the H double bond O. This oxygen combines with the hydrogen to produce a water molecule in the presence of this. That means double bond O is there. No. Among those 2 bonds, one of the bonding takes place with this para carbon, another bonding takes place with this para carbon, resulting in the formation of very important product which can be used as an insecticide or a pesticide. Okay. Nowadays, this compound is not used as an insecticide or a pesticide because it do not undergo any decomposition in the soil. Therefore, it is not used nowadays. Okay. But the important product formed here is, see, I'll start from here. Here this carbon, this is, see, this is the carbon, same this carbon. CCl3 bond, expanded form they have given. Okay. Cl3. Next bond is with the carbon. See, this is the another carbon. Clear? No. One more bond of this carbon is with what? Hydrogen. It is not written. One more bond is with the hydrogen. Other 2 bonds of this carbon, okay, it has to form the bond with what? Para carbon of the chlorobenzene, one of the molecule. Para carbon of the chlorobenzene, another molecule. See, chlorobenzene, Cl do not undergo reaction. Para hydrogen undergoes a reaction. You see, if I consider this Cl, this is a ortho, this is a meta, and this is a para. Here also Cl is there, this side. Okay, students. Cl, this is the ortho, this is the meta, and this is the para. That means final product formed here is what? DDT. What is that DDT? Dichloro. 2 chlorine atoms are there here. See, here also 1 chlorine is there. Dichloro. Another D stands for diphenyl. Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloro. 3 chlorines are there. Trichloro. How many carbons are there here? 1 carbon here, 1 carbon here. What is the root word? Eth. Carbon-carbon bond is which one? Single bond, ANE. Dichloro, okay, diphenyl, then trichloroethane. DDT means dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. This is the product formed by water, from water, chloral. What is the chemical name of chloral? Trichloroacetaldehyde. Clear for you? And if you consider the second option, benzene hexachloride can be obtained by the reaction of benzene with the chlorine in the presence of what? Sunlight. 6 chlorine atoms gets attached to give what? Benzene hexachloride. Benzene hexachloride commercially called what? Gamexane. Benzene hexachloride is commercially called what? Gamexane. It is also used what? As an insecticide. Clear for you? Next, chloroform with the formula CHCl3. It cannot be prepared from chloran. Next, it is the ketone. Ketone compound is also, ketone means which ketone they have not given. It is not possible to prepare the ketone from a aldehyde compound. Therefore, the correct option here is DDT. Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane. In the presence of, reaction takes place in the presence of water, concentrated sulfuric acid. In your textbook, haloalkanes and haloarine chapter, that is, in the polyhalogen compound, they have given this formula. Just refer that. In the last page of this chapter, haloalkanes and haloarenes, they have given this formula in the polyhalogen compound. This is a preparation of a polyhalogen. How many halogens are there? There are totally 5 halogens. Therefore, it is a polyhalogen compound. I hope you have followed this explanation. Isn't it, students? Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.